Victor Osimhen has been on fire at Galatasaray. The Nigerian striker is scoring goals for fun, reminding people why he was considered one of the best strikers in the world. While it wasn't the Premier League move he wanted, he is still following in the footsteps of his idol, Didier Drogba, another fantastic African striker who played for the Turkish Giants. In fact, Drogba and Osimhen's journey share a lot of similarities. How similar? Let's find out. In the world of football, there are few stories as inspiring as the journey of Victor Osimhen and Didier Drogba, two African strikers who through determination and resilience carved their path to stardom. Despite growing up in different eras and facing different challenges, there's a lot of parallels between their two careers. Both Osimhen and Drogba were late bloomers by footballing standards, only breaking into the professional scene in their late teens. For Drogba, it was in France with Le Mans. For Osimhen, Germany's Wolfsburg was where his European journey began. But neither of them experienced immediate success. They both struggled for consistent playing time and were initially far from the finished products that they would later become. These early struggles, however, did not deter them. They only served to help their development. Both of them began to really develop into good strikers through their loan spells. Drogba was sent to Guingamp, where he finally showcased his talent, and Osimhen headed to Charleroi in Belgium, where he began to show just how good he could be. These seasons were more than just successful loan stints. They were breakthrough moments that helped the two of them reach bigger things. Their performances on loan earned them permanent moves, which later ended up helping them catch the attention of top teams in Europe. Their playstyles are quite similar as well. Both known for their physicality and ability in the air, both players have made a name for themselves as powerful strikers who are tough to contain. Their strength, combined with their natural instinct for goal scoring, has made them the top scorer for their teams, providing that cutting edge to the attack that all teams need. As a result, it doesn't come as a surprise that there's a mutual admiration between the two. Osimhen has spoken openly about how Drogba's playing style has influenced him, modeling parts of his own game around what he saw from Drogba during his Chelsea days.
As a striker, who is your role model?
Didier Drogba.
Both men are celebrated as African football ambassadors, icons whose stories inspire countless young talents across the continent. Based on how highly he talked of Drogba, everyone assumed that Osimhen would end up at Chelsea. Like I said, Osimhen had grew up watching Drogba, stating that the Ivory Coast striker was one of his role models. In fact, there was even a moment during AFCON where Chelsea fans believed that Drogba was acting like a super agent and persuading Osimhen to join the Blues. Osimhen had also repeatedly said in interviews that he would like to play in the Premier League one day. The situation became more and more likely as Osimhen's relationship became worse with Napoli. But while he didn't go to England, his blockbuster move to Turkey is a path that his idol Drogba also took. On the 28th of January 2013, Drogba agreed to a 1.5-year deal with Galatasaray. However, on the 30th of January 2013, Shanghai Shenhua, the team that Drogba had initially joined after Chelsea, released a press release that Drogba would unilaterally breach his contract if he were to join Galatasaray. Drogba argued that he had not been paid his wages by the club and asked FIFA to invalidate his contract. In February 2013, FIFA granted a temporary license for him to play for Galatasaray pending the outcome of the contract dispute. Not exactly the same situation as Osimhen, but a lot of similarities. Both ended up in Turkey after contract issues with their previous club. On the 15th of February, Drogba scored his debut goal for Galatasaray just 5 minutes after coming off the bench. In April, he scored his first goal for Galatasaray in the Champions League, scoring in the quarterfinals against Real Madrid. Despite only playing in half the season, Drogba got 6 goals and 6 assists in all competitions for Galatasaray. He ended up becoming a Turkey champion after Galatasaray defeated Sivasspor 4-2. As he began to get adjusted more to the country and his teammates, his performances got even better. He scored the only goal in the Turkish Super Cup as Galatasaray defeated Fenerbahce. In the league, he got 10 goals. He probably could have gone even more had he not been dealing with a groin injury. But Drogba, he really shines in the big games, when the lights were the brightest, and that was the Champions League. In the group stages, he got a goal and assist against Juventus, then scored against Copenhagen. In the reverse fixtures, he got an assist against Real Madrid and another one against Juventus. Keep in mind as well, Galatasaray were not getting prime Drogba. It was clear that the 2012 season where he helped Chelsea win the Champions League was his last year even close to his best. And even that season, he's remembered for his iconic header in the final rather than any sort of consistency throughout the whole year. Osimhen, on the other hand, has gone to Turkey in his prime. Just in 2024, he got 17 goals in all competitions for Napoli. Then the season before that, 31 goals as Napoli became Scudetto champions. His goal from the penalty spot in a 1-0 victory over Fiorentina made him the highest scoring African player in Serie A with 47 goals. taking Weah's record. He finished the season as top scorer with 26 goals, becoming the first African to achieve this feat. He was killing it in Italy. Every club in the world wanted him. Fast, strong, good in the air. he was the full package as a number 9. Now you might be asking yourself, why would a player who has been so good and so important to Napoli be sent away on loan? Well, the Nigerian was unhappy in Italy because of disputes regarding his contract extension. Napoli and Osimhen's representatives were not on the same page when it came to his release clause. The situation only got worse when Napoli's official TikTok account posted a video that compared Osimhen to a coconut. Not only was it just an incredibly unprofessional move from the official page of a club to do this, but it came right after a match against Bologna where Osimhen hadn't played his best game. He had hit the woodwork and missed a penalty before being substituted for another forward in Gio Simeone. Osimhen yelled at Garcia and loudly asked him why they couldn't play with 2 strikers considering they were trying to win. You combine all of these events and it's not surprising to see that Osimhen no longer wanted to play for Napoli. Well, Napoli's loss became Galatasaray's gain. Osimhen's impact on the pitch has been incredible. Across his first 9 appearances, he's already bagged an impressive 8 goals and added 4 assists, all while only playing about 645 minutes. His ability to find the back of the net in critical situations have made him an important piece in Galatasaray's attack and a fan favorite. It was obvious he was special in just his first match in the Super League. He announced his presence with 2 goals in a 3-3 draw. But he hasn't just been good in the Super League. When Galatasaray faced Tottenham in the UEFA Europa League, Osimhen stole the show. In a 3-2 win, he scored twice, showing his ability to perform under pressure on the big European stages, and further cementing his reputation among the Galatasaray fans. Especially now with Icardi injured, Osimhen has become the centerpiece of Okan Buruk's attack. As a center forward, his combination of speed and strength is a nightmare for defenders. His off-the-ball movement and his ability to link up with his teammates make him more than just a scorer. He's able to create space and chances for those around him just from his positioning. Osimhen's adaptability has also been super important. Before, he was able to easily play in a 2-man striker setup next to Icardi, but now by himself, he's just as good. Osimhen's time at Galatasaray has been fantastic, even if it's still early days. He's still writing a story, but it's an impressive one. He seems to be getting better game after game, making even larger impacts in every single match. There is no doubt that the world is watching him. He's showing his quality on the biggest stage. The question remains, what's next for Osimhen after Galatasaray? To see just how good the Galatasaray team around Osimhen is, you have to check out this video right here.